right. What's your name?
Evan Young.
Evan Young.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you get the job at Crunchyroll?
So I got my job with Crunchyroll through LinkedIn. I built a resume on social media by building my own social communities via Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and kind of use it as my resume. And through there, I was applying to jobs on LinkedIn, and Crunchyroll had an opening for social media, and so I applied to it. I reached out to everybody that I possibly could to get my resume seen, including my then boss, and yeah.
Okay. And what did you do at the job?
I did social media marketing, title marketing specifically, so I would get assigned IPs like Dr. Stone or that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Boruto.
I love that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah. So I would get assigned a lot of shows and do promotion for them.
Okay. What was the most difficult part about the job?
The most difficult part, was promoting shows that weren't good. So like I got a lot of good shows, but I got a lot of shows that weren't marketed well and just weren't overall appealing. So like trying to make those interesting shows as interesting as possible to meet like the expectations, the promotion expectations of our licensors.
Do you have any you remember that was kind of hard, like any like specific?
I can't say like the actual shows just because of like contract stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I have a few in mind. Yeah.
Okay. What did you learn working there?
What I learned, I learned more about the anime community in the sense of like travel, like going to conventions and stuff, on how things operate through there. I learned kind of, since Crunchyroll is kind of partnered with, or they got bought out by Sony, I was able to meet a lot of like the people that were doing the anime OPs, like Vinland Saga. I was able to meet them, so I was able to see like how everything is kind of managed through them and through like TV execs and producers that would come down for conventions, and like it was different. It was different like communicating with people that didn't speak English. They spoke Japanese and stuff like that. So, but it was really cool.
Yeah. Okay. What's something you wish you knew before working there?
I wish I knew what a contract versus a full-time role was.
Okay. Why did you decide to work there specifically?
I love the anime. I've been watching anime since I was a kid, so that's always been when I saw the opportunity to work for them, I definitely took it.
When did you get the job?
I got the job in 2022.
2022?
Mm-hmm. My first day was August 1st, 2022.
How flexible was the schedule for your job?
It was real flexible because I worked remote. So I didn't, they have a few different campuses, Texas and California, but they also have remote work. So I worked remote.
How well did they pay?
Pretty good for entry level position as a social media specialist.
All right. Now, was it fun?
Yeah, for sure. When you go out to conventions, like they fly you out. You get to write off your expenses because it's all work. And then on top of that, you just get to have fun, meet people that are behind these shows or doing like songs behind these shows, and then you get to have fun at the conventions and see how they ran. So yeah.
Would you ever go back and do it again?
No.
Would you recommend it to someone else, like doing that?
I would recommend it as an entry-level position. Yeah.
Just to make like money on the side?
Yeah, or no, just to get your foot, like if that's the industry you want to go at, to get your foot in the door and add to your resume. You kind of learn how corporate anime, well, not just corporate anime, but just corporate entertainment is ran.
Okay. How difficult was it?
Wasn't difficult. Especially if you watch anime, it's not gonna be difficult at all because you're just promoting. You're essentially just watching the shows and promoting them.
Sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
And what opportunities did it open up for you?
I don't know. It was like, it was something where, cause I got the job through myself. Like I didn't go to school in mass comm. I didn't go to school for journalism or anything. So I kind of got that job through my own vices after graduating college. So when I got there, it was more so people saw that I worked for Crunchyroll and wanted to talk about their ventures that they can collab with Crunchyroll on. But the output of that was nothing. At least for me, it wasn't really much. That's kind of, I'm not, I guess it showed me that I didn't want to work in marketing because the communication and networking is more robotic and less genuine than other fields. So yeah, I don't know if I could say that I was able to learn anything.
Did it at least like help you network with anyone in the community? No?
Like I would say no, just because at least for me, it just felt like networking and marketing was seen as like a quota and not much making a relationship or a connection with somebody. It was seen as like, okay, imagine it like this, like it was like, okay, I'm talking to you because I have this 1 hour occupation in my schedule, not so much as like, oh, I'm talking to you because I want to get to know you and see what your aspirations are. It was more so like, okay, I have to talk to you to kind of keep up, to make it seem like I don't have conflict within the work area.
So it wasn't casual, it was more just like
okay, I talked to you, so we're done. Nothing really came after.
Did you ever get to see any like prominent figures in the community, like any like mangaka, right, authors or?
Yeah, when I was working on some of the shows, like I said with Vinland Saga, I was able to meet the band that does the opening for Vinland Saga.
Yeah, you did say that.
And since Crunchyroll was bought out by Sony, like a lot of like their artists and stuff would come to the conventions and stuff. So pretty good. Even like some of my coworkers are pretty big people in the anime community as well. So. Yeah.
Was there any anime specifically that you had the most fun promoting?
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Stone is probably the biggest one, probably my biggest title, and the one I had the most fun on for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you leave in the end?
My contract expired.
Your contract expired, and you didn't want to keep, like you didn't want to try and renew it or anything?
Well, my contract had kept getting like renewed, but I just felt like it was time for a career change, just because I just didn't like marketing. Like I didn't like being at home all the time. I didn't like not really like I said, like the communication part. Like I'm a social person, so I didn't really like robotic social communication like that, or social communication that was like controlled within the work area. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I think it's time for a career change. Like I said, I didn't graduate in mass comm. I graduated in kinesiology, so I had another avenue that I could take, and so I was like, I'd rather explore that than go back into marketing.
Okay.
Don't make me talk to text.
Yeah, I was gonna say, literally text is like.
Has to get to 10 minutes.
I don't know. I mean, it has to happen naturally. I can never get any accent.
Yeah.
What was like the most notable thing that happened?
Yeah, it'll come out.
Most notable? I got to see the office, one of the Crunchyroll offices for the first time. It was in Dallas. It was really cool, a really good office, a whole bunch of like different figures, different home videos that I remember seeing when I was a kid. And there in the Dallas office they have their recording studio, and so I was able to see a whole bunch of voice actors. Like I saw the voice actor for Yusuke in Yu Yu Hakusho. I saw, I saw Vegeta's voice actor. I saw my personal favorite Conan from Case Closed. I was able to meet him and talk to him and just like kind of tell him like I grew up watching you. Like you're one of my favorite. Like I recognize your voice in every dub anime that I can imagine. So that was probably the most notable and really cool moment, like seeing the office for the first time.
Very cool. All right, thank you, Evan, for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's cool to you. Yeah.